If you asked me what I would be doing today, the last thing on my mind was going to be to cry over dandadan, episode 7 of dandadan. Holy crap, what an emotional episode. Science Sorrow. I'm becoming a fanboy. I'm becoming a fanboy, at least of this team. This team went absolutely above and beyond just for one villain character. Like, they went completely crazy with this acrobatic Silky, like, just this whole backstory stuff. It's in the manga, like, it's there. It's just so fleshed out. And the artistic value they kind of just poured into this entire segment, they took, like, 10 panels and turned it into an entire story. And it was super emotional. And it was extremely hard to watch. It was extremely hard to watch. Like, this whole segment with especially these guys coming in and taking away the daughter, way hard to watch. This just screams of the daughter, all that stuff going on. And yes, what it sort of implies in the end is extremely tragic. Can we say redemption story for Aira? Can we say that this is a redemption story for her? Thank you so much for walking up there and hugging her. It's like, I'm gonna get emotional now. Thank you. Oh gosh, dude. It's just, there's so many question marks that really does create from it too. Like, yeah, like I said before, I really wasn't sure what happened to the daughter. Did they just take her away, kidnap her, sell her off to, yes, unfortunate things? Was it the father and he was taking his daughter back? Like, there's so many question marks as to what the hell happened to her daughter, but in the end, it pretty much implies the idea that she's dead. And that's what kind of, they have that whole shot with Aira saying basically, you know, I hope that you guys go off to somewhere happy. I hope they go there. So it implies that the daughter's dead. And that sucks. Like, there was a side of me that was kind of hoping, okay, maybe in the following episodes, they'll run into the daughter at some point, and it kind of turns this whole thing where Aira, with acrobatic Silky sort of half in her, is able to reach out to her, something like that. Give me something, give me some sort of happiness after this episode. But no, it implies that the two of them are both dead. Like, they killed the daughter, question mark, which, dude. This episode sucks. So emotional, so hard to watch, so beautifully portrayed. That's the troubling thing, is like, this entire episode is so freaking beautiful. It is so beautifully portrayed. At the same time, it's extremely unsettling. It is nailing both the violence of it. It's nailing the tragedy of it. Like, the idea of her essentially having to, I mean, it was her choice, but I assume it's not a choice that she wanted to make. Basically selling herself in order to provide for her daughter, give her daughter everything she wants. She wants to become a ballerina. I want to buy her that beautiful dress. I want to get the shoes. I can only afford these shoes. I want her to be able to grow into them. It's something that she can have, something that should make her happy. She just wanted to make her daughter happy. And it all leads into what seems like she had some debt problems or something like that. I'm assuming that they're a group that was trying to collect their debts or something from her and end up taking away the daughter. And that turns into something tragic. Ugh. And then, yes, like, obviously, afterwards, I guess my assumption there is what they're kind of portraying is that they took away the daughter, she went after them, she maybe later on discovered that she was dead, and then she, unfortunately, ended her own life. And that's the point in which Aira comes walking up and thinks that she's her mother. At this point, a spirit completely having forgotten the face of her daughter. It's just that somebody called out to me and said daughter or mother, and that was all that she needed. And again, that kind of goes into what I was assuming was going to happen with this entire series, is that this isn't one of those series that just completely goes, oh yeah, evil spirit thing, let's beat it up, boop, 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 haha, we win, kick the outro, do. By the way, the outro in this episode, way out of place. This is like an Ocean of Coast situation where, like, that episode where everything got really super heavy in the first season, then suddenly out of nowhere, it kicks up the ED and it's all, like, hyper pop and everything like that. This was not a good spot to have the ED. Just do a cold stop. Just do a cold episode stop. Just go to the cast scroll on a blank screen. That's it. Anyways, that's like, I'm trying to find something negative about this episode. But no. What was I at? This, like many other good yokai spirit type storytelling, is going to give you a story at the same time. And they're doing an incredible job at that. And again, the manga, it's there. It's just Science Saru is taking it to an artistic level. It's making it just completely, it's selling you on it. This is a real story. Now, the manga, again, is also doing that, but to another level. Again, I absolutely am becoming a Science Saru fanboy. I've had my problems with them in the past. This is doing it. Hike's story in this is absolutely doing it. But again, telling those stories is what's fantastic, because it doesn't turn into a monster of the week. Now, yes, we did have the sumo alien thing. It's fine. At least with the spirits. The yokais and the spirits, they're at least telling stories. The biggest question mark that I had with this episode was honestly Turbo Granny. That's the part that I'm curious about. I so want to know what's going on in the head of Turbo Granny. Because we've established before, Turbo Granny, again, similar case, was seen as evil. She took the wiener, attacked them, was going to take them out, all that kind of stuff. Super evil Turbo Granny. But then we got the story. Oh, this is the, location-bound spirit. It's just literally a bunch of unfortunate cases of these women that are being taken over there and forced upon and murdered. And Turbo Granny was there in order to protect them, keep them safe, and be with them. She was guiding them. And that's why the location-bound spirit wanted to protect Turbo Granny so much, because Turbo Granny was taking care of them. And so every case after this, I assume that if it involves females, especially young females, Turbo Granny is going to be a little emotional and get a little angry. Now, with the whole situation with Aira, I think that she was conflicted. I honestly think that she was mad. There's a side of me that thinks that somewhere in Turbo Granny's head, even though she's sitting over there and going, why bother? She's a clump of flesh. I think she's trying to disconnect herself because she believes that Aira's dead. Like there's no saving her. Her aura's gone. We have no aura to give her. It wasn't until the acrobatic Silky goes, I couldn't control my emotions. I'm so sorry. Let me do something. Let me save her. That's when, obviously we have a situation where we can actually save her life. But I think before that, Turbo Granny is mad at herself, probably mad at the situation, and doesn't want to get involved, doesn't want to get emotionally connected. And then after that, with the whole situation with the acrobatic Silky saving Aira's life, again, it almost feels like Turbo Granny doesn't care about this person. You failed. Getting into the story of the actual yokai itself, I think there might be a side of it that Turbo Granny thinks that she failed her daughter. Again, I really do think this writer, based on so many things that have actually surprised me with the writing in this series, I think that there's actually story being told through what Turbo Granny is responding to each situation with. Because again, it is already implied Turbo Granny does care for these women and does want to do something to protect them and gets really mad when it comes to cases with people wronging women. That I can see her right here possibly being upset at the acrobatic Silky, or the mother, for not taking care of their daughter. Which, yes, it really sucks. It really sucks based on what we see, what happens with the mother. It is such a tragic story. Anyways, it's a great backstory stuff. Great backstory stuff. But damn, I also just not liking it though. Like, just not liking it. Just like, if you're gonna get in the way, get the hell out of here. Like, if you don't want to help, get out of here. I don't want to listen to it. Get on the phone, call an ambulance, get the hell out of here. Do something, make yourself useful. I love it. Ayase is just a fantastic character. I just absolutely loved Ayase's character. But again, I do think that this is a nice little kind of redemption story for Aira. And again, to be clear, there's a very interesting perspective here on trying to see who Aira is as a character. Again, we've established in this episode she's a motherless child. Like, she's lived her whole life, most of her life, without a mother. She's never had a mother figure, and that might have possibly caused her to be the way she is. Going to be probably got pretty doted on by her father, and growing up without a mother figure, getting into the idea of her at some point choosing to sort of see herself as being beautiful and accepting all people's, praise for her, that getting to her head and becoming this person that self-absorbs. The Basojo. She's the Bashojo. She's so pretty that she has to bestow everybody the quality of her beauty. But yes, I do acknowledge the idea that she's nasty in the way that she treats some people similar to what she did to Okuron. The idea that she is basically leading them on and just messing with them. Like, just messing with them. She sees them as dirt, and she's messing with them, making them fall in love with her, and she has no care whatsoever for them. And she's seeing them as dirt. And yes, this whole situation with her, making the rumors about Ayase is equally as nasty. That's some nasty stuff. But it does paint it in a way that she believed that Ayase was a demon. And so it kind of tries to soften the blow a little bit there. Like, oh, so she didn't actually see Ayase as being like a normal person. She's seen her as being a demon, and she was trying to destroy the demon. Again, this hand is waving at her. She's like, Ayase is a demon, and she had to get rid of her. So it kind of warps it in a way that she is trying to protect everybody. This is something that she's doing in order to protect everybody because she believes that Ayase is a demon. And then, yes, it goes into her trying to exorcise her and everything like that, and going into this whole crazy misunderstandings. This, yes, I think kind of offsets that a little bit. It's still nasty that she did all that stuff, especially with the rumors, but this kind of offsets a little bit in the idea that she seen somebody that was hurting, seen that opportunity and took it. I assume that she took upon herself the memories as well. It obviously shows that Ayase has those memories. Ayase for sure seen those memories because it was pouring through her. And that's like when Okuron's like, okay, do you want me to take out this thing to do something to you? He's like, no, please don't. She's seen those memories. It hurt her. She wanted to do something for this yokai. And then, yes, I would assume that Aira seen all that stuff as well because it looked like she was struck. Like, holy crap, what did I just see? And then she goes up there and embraces her and calls her mommy. Obviously, again, taking upon herself that role of what she just seen. Please go on, be together, be happy. She's seen it. So, super, again, going back into it, super tragic. But it does save Aira a little bit for me. I kind of like her. But, again, that does technically answer as to how we're going to rope Aira into the picture. She now has the aura of this acrobatic silky, so she's going to be able to do... Is she going to do acrobatics? I wonder if Aira's going to turn into an acrobatic fighter. I don't know. But yeah, I would assume that this is probably going to be her way of getting into the group. She's going to be able to probably see yokai. She was still able to see acrobatic silky, so she's going to be able to see the yokai and get involved with everything. Yeah, because she didn't have Okuron's things anymore, and she was still able to see it. Now, it could be that she can keep seeing it even after she's not touching it anymore, but yeah, there is an obvious hope that at the very end of it, this is sort of the unfinished business, because what Turbo Granny was saying essentially is that because she has unfinished business, which was her daughter, she has unfinished business, she will go to the void. She's going to perish and go to the void. And hopefully having Aira actually acknowledge, like, hey, I love you, thank you for everything you've done, it sort of gives that clarity to the yokai itself, and it's able to actually pass on to be reborn rather than going down to the void where it disappears. I guess we'll probably know in the next episode if Aira and all of them still know who that actual yokai is. It would give a semblance that they're no longer in the void. But yeah, other than that, some really fun moments with Okuron and Ayase. I think they really need to start training. Like, we need to stop this on-the-job training stuff, where every time they're fighting, they're just trying to wing it and figure it out. Ayase is constantly trying to save Okuron's butt while saying, hey, blast the thing. I've never done that before. How do I blast the thing? Just kick it like a... It's like, it's not a soccer ball. I can't just kick the thing. They're just so terrible together. Like, they got to figure their crap out. But that creates some fun moments, though. Just her constantly saying, hey, go do this. Oh, man, that was really cool. You actually really did something cool. They're just fun together. Anyhow, yeah, fantastic episode. Visually, absolutely amazing. The music, the voicing, the animation. Holy crap, again, that whole segment with the history and the story of the actual mother and her taking care of the daughter was just way too heartbreaking. And the animation and the way that it was portrayed just made it so real. And like I said, it was just really, really hard to get through. Really hard to get through. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. And until next time, y'all take care.